All right, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to an episode of King's Council. I've been like missing out. I ain't gonna lie, I made a video for about a month, and I've been trying to, just get my mental health together because I just been lately. I've been all over the place. That's why this episode is titled "What is our purpose? What is my purpose? What is your purpose?" It's just this episode is titled on purpose because I feel like me personally being able to finally not figure out my purpose because I haven't figured out my purpose, but I figured out how to walk in purpose, walk with purpose, to be able to, you know, and I've been going to church. I got baptized last weekend, so I feel really good about that. And one thing that the pastor had spoke about when he was speaking on purpose, he basically said that you don't want to get distracted from your purpose. And a lot of the times we're distracted on the glitz and glam of what we want in life that we could be missing out on our purpose. And I feel like that touched me because if we wind back, I've been having this struggle for, forever at this point in time. You know what I'm saying? So for me to be able to start to take the signs that have been given to me, I'm more enlightened now than I ever been. I read a book. It was called it's skipping my mind right now, but it was on purpose, and I made a video about it. But it was a video on purpose, and that sort of started to lay the foundation to building blocks to how I want to live. That started it. And then I had my friend Claudette. She kept asking me, come to church with me, come to church with me. The church is called Union Church. She kept saying, come to church with me, come to church with me. And I always was like, I'm not going to that church. Like, it's all the way in Baltimore. I'm not riding all the way out there. I'm not going to that church. So I ended up, we kept talking about it, and I told her I was going to come, and I didn't go. And then she was like, oh, they opened up a campus in PG. So I'm like, wow, that's, I live in PG at this point in time. So it's like those type of signs. Then I got a piece of mail from Union Church and said, they were showing all their different campuses, welcoming themselves to the PG community. So I was like, let me just look and see what part of PG this thing is in, this church is in. I happen to be 5 minutes away from my house, literally like 5 minutes away from my house. So I was like, I gotta go. Like that was like the last sign. I was like, I gotta go. So I end up going to church, and I get to church, and the pastor is on he's on like his fourth weekend on a series on what is my purpose. Like for me that was crazy. Like it was literally crazy that purpose has been all over the place. I go to church and I'm asking God, like I'm literally praying to God, like give me a sign. Tell me what I should be doing. Tell me how to walk, tell me where to go, how to go. And and to be honest, like saying those prayers, I felt foolish. Cause I was like, God is not gonna physically talk to you, bro. Like it's not gonna happen. So, like, I'm jealous of other people. Some people say God has talked to me and God this and God that. And I'm like, I don't get these signs, And I started to think like maybe it's me, but at those times I don't think I was actively seeking God. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like let me actively seek God. So I actively started to seek God. I started to read, started to meditate, just started to pray, and take myself to church, go to church. And the crazy thing about it is all of the signs he did start speaking to me. He didn't physically speak to me, but it was like within the signs. It was like within the signs of what did I need for myself? I needed to figure out purpose. I needed to learn how to walk in purpose. So every weekend that I went to church, it was like basically touching on purpose. And then I chose to get baptized. When I chose to get baptized, the sermon, it was a different preacher, and the name of his sermon was "Allow Me to Reintroduce Myself." Like if that's not a sign, like I don't know what is. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's been something that I've been able to do. Like I've been able to know, like, okay, this is what I need to be doing. I need to be trying to figure out a way to walk in my purpose and figure out what is my purpose. And I'm still trying to find out what's my purpose. I'm taking therapy and I'm doing these things, but I know that I need to walk with purpose. And I know I need to focus on the things that I need to focus on internally and with myself. Like I've figured that part out. And it feels good to be able to, like, I don't know, get out of some sort of dark cloud, because it was there. You know what I'm saying? Like last couple weeks, last couple months, to be honest, it's been very dark for me. Like I've been in places where, as though in my mind I didn't actually love myself. So not loving myself, I couldn't accept love from others, and I looked down on myself to the point where, as though, like, I thought about suicide. I literally had thoughts of just like ending it and feeling like no one's really gonna care, and it's gonna be easier for others, what I'm saying, without me. They won't have to worry about, like, me being perfect, or, I don't have to worry about my feelings. And it was just a very, very dark place for me personally. And like, even like having the relationship that I have with my mother, like, we don't really have a good relationship at all. And it's really, and for me, I think that affects me to the point where, as though I don't feel love. You know what I'm saying? Like I easily can feel, like I can easily feel like, I wouldn't be missed. You know what I'm saying? Like I can easily feel that, because and maybe she doesn't feel like that. You know what I'm saying? But it feels like she feels that way. So it has me, thinking a lot less of myself. It had me thinking a lot less of myself. And I had to, like, start to really pray on it and, follow God and listen to God and understand that you can forgive that person. You can forgive that person for not doing the things that you felt like they needed to do for you. You can forgive that person, and you can move on and, not let that, affect you anymore. Because at the end of the day, God loves you. So if God loves you, then you know what love is. You know what I'm saying? You don't need love from everyone else. And from me seeking God, I've noticed that, like I said, like my purpose is starting to be shown to me. And it's almost like I can easily see the blueprint and where am I supposed to go. And, a lot of people may say, like, oh, you're going to church because you're trying to get back with your kid's mother, or you want people to look at you in a different type of light, and maybe at first, you do certain things so that people can see you in a different light, and maybe you want people to think of you differently, so you do a certain thing. Maybe that is true, but for me, this process has felt so good to me. Like, it feels so good that, without any relationship, this is more important to me than anything else. Like, it goes God, my kids, and then this. You know what I'm saying? And then everything else, to be honest, because I feel like this is what's going to help me get to that next level. It's going to help me get to the point where, as though, I feel free. I'm walking with confidence. I'm walking in purpose. I know what's going on. Like, if you don't, like, I don't really know. I can't really speak for anyone else, but I know for me, if I don't have a purpose, right, then I feel like nothing. I'm just walking around day to day. I don't actually have a purpose and a goal in life. I want to be a good father. I want to raise my sons. I want those things, but without me living in my purpose or walking with purpose, I was actually being a bad father to my children. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm there, I'm helping with homework, I'm talking, and I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Because I wasn't walking in purpose and I was making the mistakes that I was making, I was not a good father to my children. And that's something that I have to look in the mirror and really own up to. And if someone like challenged my fatherhood, and I so viciously, you know, dispute that, I'm disputing it because I feel that shit. I feel like I'm being a bad father because I know I'm not doing the things I'm supposed to do. I know I'm not doing the things I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I love my sons. I'm there for my sons. But it was just that in my life, the mistakes that I was making, you know, although you know they don't really feel it, but it is detrimental to them. You know, it's detrimental to them. Like, so I have to tighten up. And me being able to, you know, figure out how to walk in my purpose, me to be able to get over the suicidal thoughts. Cause could you imagine, like, if I would have actually went with those thoughts, you know, if I would have went with those thoughts, and how, you know, I would have left my sons without me. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is that helping the situation? And that just gives you that just really gives you like a clear vision on what mental health can do. Mental health can allow you to say fuck it and take yourself away from your kids. Like, literally, if we don't tighten up and like really open up and have these different types of conversations, like, this is my therapy. Like, I go to therapy and I'm trying to do therapy once a week and stuff like that, but that shit is expensive. It's expensive. The deductibles be crazy. So it's like you gotta be. It's almost like you gotta be rich to get like consistent health for your mental. You know what I'm saying? Like, and black people, we need that shit. Like, we born into trauma. Like, it's so crazy that we born into trauma. Like, we can literally look at videos of people getting shot at, and you know what I'm saying, lose a friend. Like, I just lost a sandbox like yesterday, and it hurt. But it's like I already knew, you know, like, type of life we used to live. If you still out there, it's just a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy that we think that way. Shouldn't be a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? Niggas should be able to live, be able to grow their kids up, be able to go to their neighborhood, old neighborhood where they grew up in, and still be able to kick it with their boys without worrying about getting shot at and shit. Like, it's crazy. So like, I just know that, like, we got myself personally, like, this is the blueprint. Like, I'm telling you guys right now, I don't want to like toot the horn or like make it seem like I know everything, because I don't. But I definitely know that if you're not walking with purpose, then you bound to fail. You bound to fail eventually. You gotta be walking out here with some type of purpose. You gotta know what your purpose is. You gotta know how to walk in purpose. You gotta be able to not be distracted from what your purpose is, and keep that shit moving. Like, real talk. But man, appreciate you guys listening. I got some pretty dope shit coming up. I got up and coming artists, local artists. I'm gonna do an interview with them. Good dude. I watched them grow up. So
the burgers are done.
Yeah, we definitely got some big things coming. So make sure you guys continue to like, follow, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Have a blessed one.